Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beige. If you are new here, welcome. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this hair that was sent to me from Long Key Hair. I'll have all of their information down below in the description box, so don't forget to check in the description box for all of the direct links and promo codes to this hair. Long Key sent me their Brazilian curly texture. I received 2 bundles of 18 inches and 1 bundle of 20 inches. I also received the matching 13x4 lace frontal, and the frontal was 18 inches. Since we are working with a kinkier texture of hair, I am going to wash and air dry this hair first before applying dye to it, because if I don't do that, I will be using more product than needed. Okay, so now that this hair has been washed and air dried, it's time to grab our hair dyes and begin the dyeing process. So I'm going to grab 2 hair dyes by Dark and Lovely. This is their number 379 Golden Bronze color, and I'm also going to grab a 378 Honey Blonde, and I'll be mixing the 3 hair dyes together. In each box you will receive a cream developer, and this one is in 25 volume, as you can see on the bottom left. You'll receive a liquid color, and you will also receive a nourishing deep conditioner. First thing that I'm going to do is take the tops off of the cream developer and the liquid color, and I'm going to grab the liquid color, pour it inside of the developer, put the top back onto the developer, and then I am going to mix those 2 together for about 1 to 2 minutes, and I'm going to repeat those same steps for the other 2 boxed hair dyes as well. And then I'm going to pour all of the contents into my mixing bowl, stir it up with my whisk, and then we're going to begin to apply it to the hair. So we will be dyeing this hair a chestnut chocolate brown color, and I will be using 2 different hair coloring brushes. The first one that I'll be using is this angled brush, and this is going to help me get rid of a line of demarcation. So I'm going to be using that on the frontal because I want the roots to be dark and then fade into that chocolate brown color. And then I'll also be using my normal hair coloring brush for the wefted tracks in the back of the wig. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is separate the frontal from the wefted hair, and we're going to take small sections of the frontal. We're going to begin painting that section with our hair coloring brushes. We're not going to get that close to the knots because we, for one, don't want a line of demarcation, but this brush does help to avoid that. But for 2, I want to go for dark roots that gradually fades into that chestnut chocolate brown color. So I'm going to leave about 1 inch of space before the hair color fades into the chocolate brown color. So I'm pretty much going to speed past this part, but as any type of hair coloring tutorial, it's really important for you guys to coat fully each section that you are working on. And when you're getting to the wefted portion of hair, make sure that you are parting in between each section and getting the front and back of each section. Just make sure that the entire row is fully saturated because you want an even color all around. So a word of advice, anywhere you apply the dye first will lift the highest color because the hair dye will be on that portion of the hair the longest amount of time. I did apply it to the frontal portion first because I wanted the frontal to be a brighter brown color. So if you choose to add it to the frontal last, then your frontal won't be as bright or vibrant as the rest of the wefts. But frontals do tend to lift a higher color than the rest of the wefted hair. So just keep that in mind. There are so many different avenues to dyeing hair, but this is the color that it came out after I allowed it to process for about 2.5 hours. I did wash the hair, and I did not deep condition because I am going to go ahead and balayage it next. All right, so now I'm just going to take a few scoops of the Pravana Pure Light Balayage Lightener, and I'm going to put that in my measuring cup and measure it to make sure it's the perfect amount that I'm going for. This is a really tricky type of mixture because it's not the typical bleach mixture that you will usually have. It's more of a clay type of consistency. So you want to make sure that you are following the instructions and measuring it so that you can get the proper consistency. So mine did come out to be a little under 5.5 ounces. Now that I have that, I'm just going to get the Pravana Balayage Activator, and I'm going to pour that into the mixture, and then I'm going to take my time mixing it. So when you first start to mix, it will seem like there isn't enough activator and that the mixture is too thick, but you want it to be a thick consistency because if you continue to stir with your whisk, it will smooth out all of those powder balls and it will create a very even consistency, almost as if it looks like whipped cream or clay. So you want to keep in mind that that is the consistency that you're looking for. Okay, so now it's time to balayage. So I'm going to start off by sectioning off the first section of hair in the back of this wig, and I do not want the bottom half of the wig to be balayaged. So I am going to go ahead and braid that portion of hair, and then I'm going to tuck it under the wig cap and begin balayaging the row above that section. So for this particular hair color that I am going for, I will be doing the bricklaying method. If you are unfamiliar with the bricklaying method, you're basically not overlapping the color. So you are doing every other row, every other section. If you want a full in-depth tutorial on how I do my balayaging sessions, I do have 2 full tutorials posted on my channel, so make sure you guys check that out for a more in-depth talk through video. Okay, because we are working with curly hair, it is important to hold that curl straight and very taut so that you can see easily where the product is going. When you are balayaging, it's important to hold your brush at an angle and to hold that section very tight. I usually start with the majority of the product towards the middle portion of the section, and then anything left that I have on the brush, I will lightly feather stroke upwards so that there is not a line of demarcation. So balayaging is all about creating whatever look you have in your mind and to have fun with painting hair. So if you were to only surface paint, which is basically only applying the hair color to the top portion of the section and not underneath the section, then you will have a different effect. The final result will look different. I can also get a different effect by only balayaging the middle portion of the section and leaving the ends completely untouched. That will give me a different type of effect. And if I fully balayage the entire section by fully coating and penetrating all of the hairs in each section, that will also determine how the final result will look. So just keep in mind of your final result and which type of hair color you are going for, what type of highlights you want to do, and just be mindful of the placement. One thing that I really like about this Pravana balayage lightener is that it creates a hard shell around each section, so you do not have to necessarily use a hair coloring film like I am using. You don't need anything to separate the hair because it doesn't transfer onto the next row above it. But because I am doing the bricklaying method, I don't want to have extra hair color where it's not needed. So the hair coloring film is just for extra security. And here we are. This is our Peekaboo balayage hair color. I did wash this hair and deep condition it with a curling shampoo. I am going to go ahead and style it now. I'm going to apply my oil moisturizer, my Eco Styler gel to define the curls. I do have my Denman brush and my detangling comb, and I also do have a glosser to finish off the look so that it can look wet. I also do have my wet look gel too in case I want to have like more of a wet look after styling this hair. And this is how the final hair color came out once the hair was completely dried. I am obsessed with this balayage hair color. I feel like it, because it is a peekaboo color, it does look different if you have a middle part, a side part, if you do a flip over method, if it's in a bun, if it's in a ponytail. Any hairstyle that you do will either accent the highlights or take away from the highlights. So if you want to be a little discreet at work, you can wear it in a bun and it won't be as vibrant. If you wear it in the middle part, then you'll have some beautiful highlights that frame your face. So it all depends on which type of hairstyle you're going for, and that's how the highlights will come out. And the reason why I wanted the dark roots and for the bottoms not to be highlighted is so that you can easily get away with it at work if you do want to hide the vibrancy of the highlights. So please let me know what you think about this hair down below in the comment section. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I can't wait to read them. Don't forget to check the description box for more information about this company, and let me know what you think I should name this wig. What does this color remind you of? It reminds me of a caramel mocha color. Let's talk down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.
Yeah, that's right. It's Beige.